Okay, so here's my video for Rancy, I guess, since you wanted one showing how much I want to be here. I think you know how much I want to be here and how much I feel I deserve to be here. You know how much of a passion I have for Survivor, so I don't even think you need to question that. And I know how much you wanted to be here, man. Like, I do, but you know how much I appreciate this game as well, so I feel like that's not even a thing that needs to be discussed. So I guess I'll start from the beginning of the game. I was on Anarchy. I formed bonds with a lot of people. I genuinely felt like I could work with Jemima, Bailey, Dom B, Jack, Tara, Nick, Rancy, Jake, Beck, Kath. Who else did I chat to? Angel, Sean. Me and Sean patched things up because I was a bit worried about our past relationship. Lars, like I had formed enough bonds that I knew that I'd be fine on whatever tribe I ended up on. That's just not even a given question. And then the tribe swaps happened or splits happened, and it was I had good bonds with all four of my other tribe members, so I was in a very cushy, solid position. We never had to go to tribal, so I guess that fast forwards us to the first tribe swap, where we ended up with me, Jake, Rance, Louise, Gemma, and Matua. I immediately got on to continuing on with those bonds that I'd formed. I didn't really form too much of a bond with Louise, I'll admit that. But I did start to build those bonds anyway, just in case. On that tribe, we were able to build enough trust with everyone that we were able to form a final five. We wanted that five to go into merge, but for some reason we lost the music video challenge. I mean, we were hilarious. I'm a Barbie girl, excuse me, and we lost. But anyway, so we had to vote out. Oh wait, previously we did vote out Louise, but that wasn't as big of a deal for me. But then we had to vote out Gemma, and that sucked. That was actually the hardest vote of the game for me, because I fucking love Gemma. But it was just not suitable for my game to keep her in because, I hadn't really got to know Matura at that stage, but I knew he was a big player from his season. So I needed him as a shield in the game. That was the main reason for keeping Matua over Gemma at that stage because, yeah, as I said, me and Matua hadn't actually formed that big of a bond at that stage. It wasn't until a little bit later that we did. And then we get to this second tribe swap, and it was myself, Jake, Dom P, Bren, Beck, Jack. I think that's everyone. Yeah, like Beck and Jack had obviously had their differences and whatever, and they were kind of both out for each other. It was just, yeah. I know I was probably targeted that round or whatever, but that can't be proved because the votes were never read. So who knows if that was actually going to fully play out the way that some of you think it was. It could have been very well that I went home. I don't know. None of us will know. But yeah, so, whatever, there was five of us left after Jack and Beck left the game. And yeah, we found ourselves with five, and I knew that we had to get a Nyx out. It was just not logical to keep a original Nyx member in coming into merge because that would have given him five going into merge. So it had to be Bailey or Bren going, and we gave Dom the choice of who to choose because we just figured let's just throw him a bone here, show him we want to work with him, and we'll let him choose. So he chose who to vote out that round. It had nothing to do with Jake wanting to target Bren. Like we wanted to target the Nyx, but Jake can't claim that move. I'm sorry. Yeah, then we hit merge, and it was quite clear that the Nyx were going to stick together, and I wasn't too sure about maybe what other people were doing, but I mean we were able to bring in enough people to have majority consistently throughout the whole merge. Merge in general, I was aligned with all of you in some way or another. Like me and Lars in the Rainbow Alliance with Jake. I was with Eros Lovers with me, Jake, and Rance, and then we also had an alliance with Mature included. I also had a side alliance with Tara. We were feeding each other info. Not all of it was always true. We did bullshit with each other a bit, but I do have that trust with Tara to a degree. And then come Final Six, I formed an alliance with Jemima and Bailey because I had been betrayed by Rancy, by Jake. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to start fresh and just, try something different. Unfortunately, Jake won immunity that round, and he couldn't play an idol. Well, he wasn't going to play an idol, and we didn't want the Saree Field situation of her getting, voted out of the game without having any votes against her. So yeah, we turned on Jemima because we thought she had the idol, so it was the only logical move to make at that point in time. But yeah, in saying that, I was aligned with every single one of you at some point in the game. So that's why I am a little bit shocked to hear that I'm copying so much hate. Like, yes, I might not have been as out there and flashy as Jake, but I was able to be in some form of an alliance with pretty much all of you except Sean. Like, I'm genuinely shocked. I get some of the hate, I do, but it's just like I had to have been doing something right to have been in that situation with all of you. Genuinely, if I was fucking scratching at for my life in the game the whole fucking time, I would understand. But I was on the right side of every single vote I went to. The only vote I wasn't on the right side of was the Matua blind side. Other than that, I voted correctly. Yes, okay, Dom P is a bit of a different situation because he got idled out of the game, and I didn't have a say in Rancy going. I mean, I pleaded my case to Jake, but I didn't have a say in him going because it was up to Jake. But other than that, like I contributed to all of you being on the jury. All pre-merge people I booted as well. I voted for each and every one of those people that was on my tribe that we went to tribal with. I've stated it before, like I was able to use that social connection with Matua to obtain an idol. And like, yeah, okay, Jake and Rance, yeah, they gave me an idol, but like they gave me an idol. If they didn't trust me, they wouldn't have given me an idol, you know? And I tried my fucking, hardest in the immunity challenges that I could, but I'm a truck driver. Like if I don't get at least a little bit of sleep each night, I could fall asleep at the fucking wheel and crash. So like I try in these challenges, but Blend Viva, it demands a lot of fucking time from you in terms of challenges, which is something like I will be bringing up with the host. It's not me being bitter or anything, but I think they need to take into consideration that people have full-time jobs and they work and stuff like that, because it was fucking hard. Like I spent 14 hours on the challenge on Saturday and I came third. Like if that's not putting in effort, I don't know what the fuck is. In terms of moves I made in this game, like I was a little bit limited in what to do because, Jake was fucking immune from Final 7 onwards. Like who could predict that? Who could fucking predict that he would go on an immunity run? And for him to have to go on an immunity run is just like shows how little grasp he had of his social game in terms of trying to be safe and trying to, stay in the shadows a little bit. I had 4 votes against myself the whole season. I think that speaks volumes about how little of a target I was, and that shows that I was able to slide on through. I was able to align with everyone at some point in the game, and I was able to get through, being on the right side of pretty much every vote I went to. So I hope this is enough to prove to you that I want it or whatever. I think I do. Like, yeah, I think I do, and it's been an interesting 2 hours reading everything and seeing everyone's thoughts and emotions. I did expect a bit of negativity, and I didn't expect as much, and I hope you people can appreciate that. I don't know. Another move was, Lars getting voted out. Yeah, Matua came with us with the info that, Lars was playing double agent or whatever, but at that time we had Bailey and Jemima on our radar, and I just turned around straight away and was like, well, let's vote out Lars. And I don't know, like maybe things could have been different in the works, but I don't know. Jake seems to claim it was Matua's move, but I would have said it was my move. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Matua can back that one up. I don't fucking have a clue. But, in reality, taking Jake out when Bailey wanted me to take Jake out wouldn't have been a smart idea. And me flipping back on and voting Bailey out at Final 4, I don't think he actually understands that at that stage, I already knew that Jemima, Lars, Sean, and probably Dom B were going to vote for Bailey. And then I get told by Rancy and Jake that they're not going to get my vote. And then I know I've pissed off Dom P. So what, I'm looking at a potential 7-9, if not more. Like, for you to say that that's spineless or whatever is just, is infuriating, because I had to look at it objectively. Like, I'm making a stand here, but I'm also fucking completely could be ruining my game. And yeah, I could have done it by keeping you around anyway. But I don't know if you understand that I was potentially looking at like being a unanimous loser. Like, no, like, yeah, it just, I get you as a person, Bailey, but fuck, you really love to like antagonize, and that's all I'll say. Like, I'm not gonna bite at it, but like, yeah, I don't know. My hands were tied on in that vote, and I would have loved to have fucking stuck it to Jake. But when you're told that, what the fuck are you meant to do? You know? So that's it. I've answered a lot of your questions. I'm ready to answer more. I don't know. I don't know what else to say right now. Yeah, just see how it all plays out.